Hello everyone and welcome back to Life Redesigned. I am Bob.
I'm Carrie.
And we are here, Carrie, in what is going to be known forever going forward in our little adventures as the southernmost Encore RV resort. As we are here in Big Pine Key, we're going to show you around what's been paradise and home for us for the last 2 weeks. You stay with us, we're going to show you a little bit of a different side to this simply unique Florida Keys experience. All right, now we're going to try to be a little bit louder here because of the amount of road traffic right on Route 1, but in case you haven't figured it out, the southernmost Encore resort here in the Keys is going to be Sunshine Key RV Resort in Marina, right outside of Bahia Honda Key. In fact, we're probably about a mile to a mile and a half bike ride right down to Bahia Honda State Park, which is in itself an amazing thing. We're going to show you just basically our take on this smaller RV resort and one of our already favorite Encore resorts. This place has everything, Carrie. They have pickleball, they have a pool, they have a marina, they have their own gas station, they have their own propane filling tanks. They have pretty much everything that you could need, and they have some amazing wildlife. And we'll cover that in just a minute. Stick around to the end. We'll let you know what we pay as Thousand Trails members. For full disclosure, Carrie and I are part of the Thousand Trails network. We purchase our pass with our own money. We have the Thousand Trails Adventure Package, I believe, with Thousand Trails Adventure Package with the Trails Collection Plus list, which gives us access to all the Encore resorts as well. So stick around, we'll cover that and maybe a few surprises along the way. Are you ready to do this before it gets too hot?
Yes.
Let's do it, kid. Okay, again, we're shooting this right off of Route 1, so this is probably going to be the loudest scenario that you hear through the whole time. This park currently is about 50% capacity, which makes it the perfect time to come down here because there's no screaming kids, there's nothing but crazy. It's just a whole bunch of older folks like us who are just, and some dogs, just enjoying themselves and having a good time. The party atmosphere has pretty much died down. That's why I think this is a great time to come and do this. Now, this place has a little bit of something for everybody as well. They have cottages, which we'll show you really quick. And they also have a full private beach for themselves, which is amazing. We're also going to show you an area that you're probably going to want to avoid if you have sensitive smell issues.
Oh my word.
The things that happened in the middle of the recording, I just completely broke our tripod here, but we did want to get this shot in before everybody started blowing up this area. This here is the one pool that they have on property. It is small, but I will give you a tip: get here early and you can have the place wide open to yourself for at least the first hour of the day. I think the pool hours are like 9 a.m. to like 8 p.m. Or something along that line.
8 a.m. to dusk.
It's right now it's 9 a.m. and it's locked, so I think sometime after 9 or whenever they feel like doing it. Behind us over here is the they have tennis and pickleball courts, and this blue building here houses like their little rec center, and they have a big TV, a lot of tables, a lot of toys out for kids and stuff of that nature. And they also here on this little parking lot tend to have a taco truck from time to time. So that was pretty cool for us. Now, starting mid-April, they stop with their activities. In fact, the day that we were checking in was the last day that they had a magic show.
And magic show and ice cream.
And I love ice cream, and they didn't invite me because it was too late by the time we got here. But for the most part, again, everything's been incredibly peaceful, so no complaints whatsoever. So we'll take you on to the next section and show you that. Now, when we said they had their own private beach here, we weren't joking. You're right down here, right out there, boom, you're right in your own little private
A little oasis.
rocky oasis. It's great. They also have, as we turn the corner here, these cottage rentals up on the right hand side, and also on the left hand side are some rental RV units that you can use. So they really have you covered no matter which way and what style you have as far as camping goes. Pretty good. Now we will let you in on a little secret. This is not the part of the RV park that you want to be at, and I'll tell you why. A couple of different reasons. One, if you're a 1,000 Trails member and you have the Trails Collection Plus package, they have what's called premium sites and they have what's called regular sites. All of these waterfront sites are premium sites and they're not available
Nope.
to 1,000 Trails members. So you're looking at more of the inside sites, which is actually to your advantage. So we come up on the corner here to where the ocean access is, just past the cottages. There's a water treatment facility. And the smell from that water treatment facility is pretty rough. It's almost like like a trash smell. I can't really describe it. If you've lived near an ocean marshy area, you kind of know, but that's what it smells like all the time. And when it's hot here, as in the case it is today, that smell is amplified. So I would highly recommend staying away from that area and stay maybe over towards the Marina side if at all possible. But this park here is only 3/4 of a mile in diameter. So you really don't have a bad spot in the place unless you have bad neighbors, of course. But you know, hey, you know how that goes. That's RV life, right? We did find that there's a heavy mix of annuals here, as well as 1,000 Trails members, as well as the general public. As far as what we've experienced, all the annuals here have been awesome. And normally they don't like the flux of people coming in and out, but they were great with us. In fact, when we got here, we were greeted just by another camper who asked us if this was our first time here. We said yes, and they said, oh, you're gonna love it. And we heard that from two or three people.
Yeah.
So, and for the past couple of weeks, as we've made this home for our vacation, our 28th wedding anniversary, we've absolutely have loved it. So it's worked out pretty well. I'm going to show you the dog park here and then our personal site. So stay tuned. Right now, if you're like Gary and you only travel with one animal, then you're not going to really need to worry about this. But if you travel with pets and those kind of animals, boy, did they have you covered here. This is probably one of the nicest dog parks I've seen. This here has a little run for them. They have little seesaws and they have benches for the adults. And this is all AstroTurf. So if your dog makes a pile, right, you really have no choice but to pick it up because it's on AstroTurf. And I think that keeps everybody in check. So more places should be doing this right here. But again, one of the nicest things I've seen here as far as dog parks go, they really have it covered where they have, your pickup bags and a little shovel here for you. And there's a tennis ball. They pretty much what you see is what you get here, but a really nice setup that shows that they didn't do it just because they had to do it. They did it because they cared about what they were doing. That makes a pretty big difference. Because we have seen, as I get here, this is a little bit crooked, but we'll do that. Nope, that's a little crooked too. Penelope, this isn't going very well.
Well, Chuck, figure it out.
There we go. Well, I'm still a little crooked.
There you is.
So I'm going to sneak in here and say this. They really did a good job. A lot of places, a lot of RV parks that we've been to, we're like, wow, if we had a dog, which I'm still trying to talk her into letting me have one. So leave a comment below if you believe I should get the French Bulldog that I've been looking for with the cute pointy little ears. Anyhow, we've seen a lot of these that were just disastrous. And like, why would you let your dog play in there? Because they're just going to roll around in mud. Very well thought out, and the attention to detail here, greatly appreciated. Here we are. We're home. This is site 136. Now, when we originally got here, they offered us site 2, which is over by the playground. And since we don't have any kids, we don't want to listen to any other kids screaming. Yeah. We politely said, hey, do you have anything closer to the water? And they gave us site 136, and boy, am I glad they did. Now this site may seem narrow, but I actually did not pull all the way over as I should have. And I'm just noticing that Carrie and I went out last night and had a little bit of shenanigans. I left the outside light on all night.
Oh, no.
Well, that's what happens when you're in the Keys.
Oh.
You tend to have a little whatever, and some of us have more than others.
Well, see, that's why I'm so quiet today.
That might be why I'm so sweaty. But everything here has been great. This is a gravel thing here. Even in a water ban or limited water situation here, the water pressure has been fantastic. No complaints. We have our tubes out here. We took over here in the water and we were floating. We highly recommend bringing a little anchor if you're going to be using tubes, because that will keep you grounded. This place does allow you to ride your bikes through here, which is awesome. But the one downside, if you're like us that have to work from the road and upload videos and do all kinds of shenanigans, that way you need strong internet. So the majority of the workload here has been pulled by Starlink. I'll leave the speeds here, and if it wasn't for Starlink, I probably wouldn't get much done. It was in fact so bad here with T-Mobile and Verizon that I pulled the WeBoost drive kit that we had, that we bought brand new back in October before we started this journey, and never installed it. I finally took it out from underneath the bed and put it up here, and it was the only reason I was able to connect to T-Mobile, which I'll put that speed here as well, and Verizon, which was still slow, but I think about 22 megs down and maybe about 4 megs up. But prior to the WeBoost, it wasn't happening. In fact, I was so surprised at the internet here, but I did see a couple of people having WeBoost delivered from Amazon. That shows you how rough the internet can be here. But then again, this is the Keys. You really shouldn't be working, and if you're fortunate enough to be here and not work, we give you a thumbs up. If you have to work like us poor schlubs here, then you know, you do what you have to do to get through.
Yeah, but you got a good view, so.
Exactly. There's no complaints here. We've done a live stream from here. Everything has been fantastic. So we'll cover the back end of the site just for you curious cats. And we'll bring you right over here. And see, as you can see, Starlink is already set up because we're leaving today. The WeBoost is here. And this is the shot down here as I put this tripod down. This is the shot here along the side. So I still had probably about a good 3 feet to go. And as far as length goes, my truck's parked right behind my rig. It's fantastic. In fact, when we pulled in, they told me to go all the way forward and not to worry about anybody else. So that's pretty much the site tour. We'll take you over to the Marina end and we'll try to wrap this up for you. Okay, now rounding off our tour here, on the back side of the Marina, when you first come in, you take a left. There's a couple of things that we actually weren't told about when we checked in. In addition to our right over here, they have a Marina store that has, you know, your basic Marina needs, as well as, you know, a couple of maybe some soda pops, things like that, souvenirs, whatever. The main point behind us is this building here, which is the guest laundry. It's a very clean little laundromat, and it did the job fairly well. Everything is operated by credit card, so there's no special cards or anything like that. I think it was like maybe $1.50 to wash.
No, it's $2.25 to wash, same to dry, but that gives you like 48 minutes, and on low you don't need that whole time.
So it can share with you right there.
Actually, it's very efficient.
Who's doing the laundry? Somebody's washing the underwear, and it clearly isn't me.
But the best part is it's air conditioned in there. It's great.
And especially on these days, again, we are here in the end of April, beginning of May, and it is roughly about 90 degrees every day, which we absolutely love. The humidity sometimes we do not love, but it's been great. I would take you through the gym here. They have a full fitness center, but apparently it is closed indefinitely for a remodel. Don't know when that's going to be back up and running again. We weren't really given that information when we checked in, but something that if you are working out and you're looking to do that is something you might want to know going ahead. I always recommend checking out their website or calling their front desk, because the times that we were able to get through, they were very helpful. Now, that being said, the number that's on the screen here, I'll put that below, is the only number here. And sometimes when they're overwhelmed, they just let that go and you get rerouted back to Thousand Trails. And the cycle begins. We have found that if you really need something and you can't get through on the phone and you want to know within a couple of days, the Facebook group for
message them through their Facebook page.
That seemed to work out pretty well. While we're here, we'll also cover over mail real quick.
Yep.
They do not charge for mail, whether it be packages or, in our case, which was shocking to us, regular postal mail. Just someone wants to send you an old-fashioned letter or a bill, you can get that here and there's absolutely no charge. They do organize it. It is a walk-in, walk-out kind of on your honor system.
Yep.
So sometimes, you know, you get that when there's no charge for packages. But in all the packages, and we had quite a few delivered here, we didn't miss a beat. They were all showed up. They all showed up on time and everything was great. So now we'll take you over to the other side of the marina. We'll give you that aspect and we'll start wrapping this video up.
Yes.
Let's go, kid. Okay, so in addition to having all the camping options that we just showed you, they also here have a full-on dedicated marina. They do everything out of here, from charters to tours to going to check out boat races, which apparently is an event going on today. And some of the biggest fish we've just seen hanging around the docks, and today is kind of hard to show you because there's a lot of seaweed and stuff like that has come in, but just hanging around this dock location, the amount of fishing here has been insane. They also have fish cleaning stations, which we thought was rather unique to this area.
They have 2 of them.
Which is, again, pretty cool, because you're not getting any fresher than taking your boat out, catching a fish and coming back here and just gutting it right on the dock. It's amazing, and it is quite a unique experience. Now, for the rest of this park, I will say that everybody here has been amazingly friendly. Everybody that's either they're an annual, or if they're just passing through, or they're staying a few weeks like us, has been great. Our costs here, because we are 1,000 Trails members, only costs us an additional $20 per night, above and beyond our annual dues and stuff of that nature. I believe, from what I've read, their rates fluctuate here, that during high season, which would be your winter months in the majority of the U.S., their high season on weekends is something like $245 a night and $225 on the weekdays.
Ouch.
So something to, yeah, you're definitely here in the middle of paradise, but it does come with a hefty price tag if you're not a 1,000 Trails or Trails Collection Plus member.
Well, how far away are we from Key West? It's
from
like
Key West, where it's about an hour. It's only about 35 miles, but really it's the traffic that takes a longer time. But you know, you are right here, right off of Route 1, and it is incredibly quiet for the most part. So hopefully that will give you an overview of what this RV resort is like. And if you like this kind of video, we kindly ask that you subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell so that you know where the next place that we pop up will be. And I'll give you a spoiler. It's going to be a long commute. It's going to be right up Fiesta Key in a couple of weeks. So we'll check you there. Till next time, I am Bob.
I'm Carrie.
And this has been Life Redesigned.